Endless Space is a turn-based space simulator, RTS, but without the RT, so I guess it's just S, something like that. It was made by the French indie developer Amplitude, or would it be Amplitude? Something French? I don't know. Probably just Amplitude. But anyway, it is apparently what's called a 4X strategy game. The 4X is standing for explore, exploit, expand, and exterminate, which is my favorite. There's four main ways to further your empire, which is the goal of the game. You have an empire and you want to control essentially that entire galaxy. So yeah, that's the goal. But there's four main ways to further your empire and grow it and win. There's military strength, applied sciences, exploration and diplomacy. Yeah, exploration and diplomacy. What am I talking about? That's stuff you can research to, like I said, expand your empire. And there's certain unique research projects for each race. I'll get to the races later on. Each project requires a certain kind of research currency. I never learned what it was called, so we'll just call it research currency. The amount differs on which project you're gonna do, of course. Like higher level ones will require more and such. There's three ways to get it from what I garnered when I played it. You can wait and it will build up over time. You can colonize star systems and planets. I'll get into that a bit later on as well. Or you can have the settlers of your colonized planets produce it in factories and such. And there is a shit ton, and I mean a shit ton, like a metric shit ton, of star systems for you to colonize throughout the galaxy. And planets inside those star systems, which sometimes range from one planet to 6. And there's also asteroid fields. And some of those planets have moons, so there's even more stuff to colonize. So yeah, there is a lot of colonizing going on in the game. And on said planets, you can build different boons, we'll call them, like increased food production, which you'll need to build a planet's population, and build up their happiness so they can do more productive work. You can do tourism, which also builds up population, and you could also build stuff like factories that produce what we're gonna call build points, which is another kind of currency that you need to build stuff like the factories. The moons have similar stuff you can build in them, like factories, food production, that sort of stuff, that affect the planets that they circle around, and also the rest of the star system and your galaxy. You'll need to end up researching moon colonization to do that, which is in the exploration part of the research stuff. Now, there's multiple different kinds of planets, like lava planets, ice, arid, desert, that kind of stuff, and you'll need to research that kind of planet in order to colonize them. You can also build fleets of ships. As far as I got, there were only 3 kinds, or at least 3 kinds for the race I was playing. I had Seer, Striker, and a Reproducer. And you're gonna need Reproducers to colonize systems. And once you use a Reproducer, it will disappear, and you'll have to build a new one. So my suggestion for colonizing systems is keep reproducing reproducers. And now we get to the races or empires of the game, depending on what you want to call them. I really don't care. Each of them has an alignment, like good, evil, etc. I guess the etc. being neutral. So, yeah. First off, there's the United Empire, which pretty much is the Empire from Star Wars. They're an evil, and they do Empire things. Then there are the Sophons, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, who are, from what I can tell, a scientisty race. They are good. And then there's the Hisho, evil lizard bird men stuff. They are a military race. They're pretty cool, I think. And then next is the Amoeba. Yeah, that looks about right. Amoeba. They're good, and they're essentially amoebas. Just big and smarter. They are also a military race. And then there's the Sheridan. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. Sheridan. They're an evil military race of fighty dudes. Like, I guess you could. They're almost like the Romans, the Roman Empire, but evil. And then there's the Pilgrims. There's not much to say about them other than the fact that they're pilgrims. You know, good, diplomatic. They just want to pilgrimize, I guess. And then there's the Sowers or Sowers. They're a neutral robot race, mainly military. And then there's the Horatio, which I think is the coolest one in the game. It's a dude. It's a very rich, slightly crazy dude named Horatio. One day he went out for a stroll in space. He didn't actually walk in space, he probably flew, but you get the gist of it. And he found a planet with some old cloning stuff from an old race called the Elders, I believe. So he figured, hey, better clone myself. And so he essentially created a race of himself, which is, I don't know, kind of cool, I think. And lastly, there's the Carvers. They are really interesting, evil, militaristic bug things that live inside robot bodies. If that makes sense. Oh, and there's also the automatons, which is actually a custom race, because you have an option to make your own race or empire. It incorporates attributes and other stuff from the other existing races. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this review. It is a fun game. I think it's fun anyways. It's not for everyone, that's for sure. It's got a pretty long tutorial. Too long, I think. I skipped most of it and I still learned how to play from just playing it. It can get boring for some. It's kind of repetitive. You know, build, colonize, and turn, rinse, and repeat. The wait on building things and researching things is excruciating sometimes. It can take like up to 60 turns to build one ship. It's too long for my liking. But there are a lot of diversity and uniqueness among the different empires. I didn't get into the whole backstory of the lore and history and all the stuff about the empires in this video. I might do it in the future if I ever do a let's play, because I might just do it. It's a fun game. Yeah, I think that's it. It wasn't a very long review this time, but I think it's a lot better than my other old review. You know, monotone and boring, and this one's animated. But yes, that is Endless Space. Good game. You might like it. You might not. You could get bored. It's a good time sink. As long as you, like I said, don't. As of when this video is recorded and probably uploaded, because it's going to be around the same time, Endless Space goes for $29.99 on the Steams. Too much money, I think, for it. I mean, 30 bucks. But it'll eventually go down, probably around Christmas time. You could also get the Emperor Special Edition, which is $34.99. Just extra stuff, I guess. I don't know. Or you could just upgrade from the normal game, which is known as Admiral Edition, apparently, to the Emperor Edition for $5. So, if you already have the normal one and you just want to upgrade, get that. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review of Endless Space. It should be not too long before my next Steam will do that video. So I guess I'll just have to see you guys then, won't I?